Happiness, a state of being. Happiness is not something that you seek, it is something that you are. The moment you search for happiness, you have already moved away from it. Happiness is not a goal, it is the natural fragrance of a life lived in awareness. Look at the birds, the trees, the rivers. They are not striving for happiness, yet they are joyful. A tree never asks, "How can I be happy?" It simply exists in its suchness, and in that suchness, there is joy. But man has lost this innocence. He has been conditioned to believe that happiness lies somewhere outside of him. Happiness is not something that you can find in the outside world. It is not a treasure hidden somewhere for you to seek. It is already within you, waiting to be discovered. But society, religion, and conditioning have taught you to look for it elsewhere. This is the greatest illusion, that happiness exists outside of you. A beggar can be happy under a tree, and a king can be miserable in his palace. This should be enough proof that happiness does not come from wealth, power, or position. Yet people keep running, chasing illusions, believing that one more achievement will bring them joy. This is a trap. The more you chase happiness, the more it eludes you. Live totally, live intensely. Happiness is not in moderation, it is in totality. When you love, love totally. When you laugh, laugh fully. When you cry, cry deeply. Let everything be total without holding back. A half-hearted life is an unhappy life. Live so intensely, so passionately, that every moment becomes a celebration. Happiness is not something you wait for, it is something you live. The misconception of happiness society has taught you that happiness is in success, in money, in relationships. But have you ever noticed, the richer a person becomes, the more miserable he looks. The more famous a person becomes, the more anxiety surrounds him. Why? Because happiness is not found in accumulation. Happiness is found in being. If happiness were in things, then the richest would be the happiest, but they are not. If happiness were in power, then emperors would be at peace, but history proves otherwise. Happiness is not in the future, it is in the present. The moment you postpone happiness, saying, "I will be happy when I achieve this, when I have that," you have already missed it. Happiness is not an achievement, it is a realization. You don't have to create it, you just have to wake up to it. When you are fully present, when your mind is not lost in past memories or future desires, you feel a deep contentment. That is happiness. A man who is aware does not ask how to be happy, because in awareness, happiness follows like a shadow. Meditation is the key. In silence, in stillness, in simply being, happiness is revealed, not as something separate from you, but as your very nature. Look at a child. A small child is happy for no reason. He runs, he laughs, he plays with stones, with flowers, with butterflies. His happiness is not dependent on money, power, or recognition. He is happy because he has not yet learned the ways of the mind. He has not yet been poisoned by society's expectations. He is simply living moment to moment. That is why a child's laughter is so pure. You were once that child. That innocence is still within you. It has only been buried under layers of conditioning. The moment you drop those layers, you will rediscover your natural joy. Live in the present. Happiness happens when you are fully in the present. The past is no more. The future is not yet. When you live in this moment, totally without holding anything back, happiness arises naturally. You don't have to seek it, you just have to allow it. Stop running, stop seeking, and just be. This moment is enough. This breath is enough. Remember, happiness is not the destination, it is the way. It is the very essence of life when lived in awareness. It is not something to be achieved, but something to be remembered, for it has always been within you. Drop the illusions that society has imposed, the belief that happiness is in wealth, power, relationships, or the future. These are mere mirages. True happiness is in being fully alive, fully present, fully yourself. Stop seeking, and happiness will find you. Be silent, and joy will arise. Live this moment totally, and happiness will become your natural state. The door has always been open. Step inside, and you will realize that you were never separate from bliss. Happiness is not something you do, it is something you are. Embrace life wholeheartedly, flow in harmony with existence, and happiness will naturally follow you. Forget the past. Drop the future. Live this moment totally, and happiness will follow you like a shadow.